Stop dating these people. You have to stop right now. If you want a loving relationship, commitment, good treatment, you have to stop dating people who don't give this to you. I know this is the most obvious thing that I could ever tell you, and yet, most of us, me included in the past, are chasing the hope. When he sees how amazing I am, he will want to marry me. When she sees how great I am, she will stop cheating. When she sees how great I am, she will prioritize me. If you're dating someone, regardless if it's a woman or a man, and they don't behave well, stop hoping that they change. This is what we do. This is what I see all the time as a coach. I'm coaching men, women, and this is what I see. If I present, let's say, if I present one of my clients, a man that he's doing everything perfect. He is perfect on paper. He is smart. He has a good job. He is respectful. He is consistent. He's showing up. And then another guy who is inconsistent. Don't talk to her for a week or two. Threatens her um, to block her. Okay, that's maybe extreme, but like isn't consistent or isn't sure if he wants to be with her or not, or is refusing to meet her for a month or two. Who do you think will she choose? Logically, we would say obviously she's going to choose the great guy who is perfect on paper, who is consistent, who is loving, who is kind. But you know what? Most of the times she is choosing the hot and cold guy, the guy who is making it difficult, the guy who the guy who is giving her a headache. And this is where discipline comes in. You have to be self-aware of that. And this is one of the main reasons why I ended up in wrong relationships and why most of my clients end up choosing the wrong guy, because our brain plays a trick. It plays a trick where we feel excited about the person who refuses to meet us for 1 month, and then after 1 month he shows up, or she, if you're dating a woman, she shows up giving you half an hour, and you're like, oh my god, wow, she gave me half an hour. She's my dream girl. She's my dream man. He gave me half an hour. Can you believe that? Like, no, I cannot. The other person is consistent, available to meet you every weekend. Will give you not only half an hour but 2 hours. But no, you only value the person that ghosts you for 1 month, barely answers your text, and then gives you half an hour where you can come along to wash their car. And this is what you value. And I'm here to call you out, but at the same time, I'm not here to call you out. At the same time, I'm here to tell you that be patient with yourself, forgive yourself, and just be self-aware that this is actually a typical human pattern. And it's crazy because, when you have a hot stove and it hurts you, you're not trying to like go back and touch it again to be hurt again, no, right? Like, okay, it's a hot stove, let's not touch it. But with humans, this is what we do, and with relationships. Oh, this person is not wanting to meet me for a whole month, or is not answering my texts. Okay, let's try more. Let's be nicer to them. Let's have no boundaries. Let's please them. Maybe then they will be more available. And as I mentioned before, giving more, doing more is working a lot, especially in business, especially in school, in career, because we actually do get more when we give more hours, when we give more effort, when we have more education, we get more, obviously. But in relationships, that doesn't work like that because it's not transactional. Yes, in school, if you have like a good assignment, you did everything right, you will get a good grade. In university, same thing. In when you have a job, you give more hours, you get more money. But that doesn't work like that in relationships. But so many of us, especially successful women and men, we think, okay, I just have to do more, I have to give more, then I will receive more, and that just doesn't work like that. I am not saying you shouldn't give anything. Yeah? Obviously, relationships are still effort. However, don't believe if someone is hurting you by actively maybe saying something mean, passively making weird comments, or by being unavailable emotionally, physically, that they will change when you do more, because they won't. Take people as they are. This is what they show you who they are when they don't prioritize you, when they don't make an appointment in the calendar and then last minute ghost and they're like, oops, I'm not available today anymore, but maybe tomorrow, like 2 p.m., I think I have nothing to do, then we can meet. And I know it's painful, and I know you want that pain to stop, and I know that your brain thinks that, oh, okay, if I can just be nicer to her or to him, then they will be nice to me back, and then my pain will stop. But this is not how it works. You have to see those people for who they are, how they treat you while you're being authentic. So many times I have clients coming to me and being like, okay, if I do coaching with you, can I be authentic? Can I be myself? I don't want to be someone else. Absolutely. You get to be yourself. You get to be authentic. You should be authentic. You should be yourself. Obviously, if you're mean, then work on yourself, right? But that's what we are talking about. You shouldn't be pleasing, jumping out of the line just to be loved and liked. And I know a lot of us who had this pattern in our childhood that we had to work for love, we start having the same pattern in our adulthood. And that is why I'm here showing up regularly to show you that this can be changed. You don't have to have the same pattern. Unfortunately, relationships have been the most painful part of my life. I know my looks didn't help me, my smartness didn't help me, my ability to earn money didn't help me at all. Because instead of seeing people for who they are, I was just giving more. I was just trying to be kinder, nicer, having less boundaries, pleasing more, in hopes that maybe one day they will be kind to me. And then, yeah, once a month they found 30 minutes to hang out. And then I was like, okay, there's hope. There's hope. Like, no, there isn't. And I think I don't regret many things in my life, but if I regret one thing, it's gonna be not knowing this earlier, what I'm really right now trying to tell you. Stop seeing people for who you hope them to be because you want your pain to stop, because you want to be happy, but start to see people for who they are, how they behave. If they don't behave well, cut them off and start allowing healthy people in your life. I know that this healthy person, like I described before, let's say you date a man or even a woman, and but let's stick to the example of men. This man is showing up, he's consistent, he's respectful, he's giving you every week his 2 hours or more. He's giving you attention, love, he takes you on restaurants. I know that this can feel less boring than the person up and down. And yet, this excitement, once it becomes anxiety, then the fun stops. Okay? So, I've been always telling you, ladies, that the love should be consistent. And your excitement should come from a different source that you can actually control because people, you can control people. Your excitement should come from travel, from an exciting business. Like right now, I am so excited doing this video. I'm so passionate helping you. This is my excitement. I don't need a toxic partner who is ghosting me every 2 weeks to have like a rush of excitement. I have it through other sources. I've been traveling the world. I'm having my dream passionate business. I'm having time, good time with my friends, with my family. I'm doing other projects. I love to sing. I love to dance. I love to paint. I love to um, I love to do many other things for excitement. I don't need that high from toxic relationships. Get your relationships stable, especially if you want a long term relationship, if you want to have a family, if you want to have a healthy foundation for your relationship and for your life. Okay? And yet, I know it's easier said than done because when the person shows up at your door who is exciting because they don't call you for a week and they refuse to meet you for a month and then suddenly they have time for you, the dopamine hits your body and you're like, wow. Okay, so you need to have that self-awareness. You need to play this behavior to the end. Maybe right now it's exciting. What if you have kids with this person and they are not showing up consistently to bring them to school, to pay the bills, to change the diapers? Will it be still exciting or actually a headache? So, especially if you want a long term relationship, if you want a life partner to rely on, you need to choose someone who is reliable, not someone who is giving you a mix of excitement and anxiety. By the way, those people who are consistent, you can still have an exciting dating journey where you plan amazing things together. Maybe you have a shared hobby. Yeah, one of my biggest hobbies is, for example, working out. I love working out. I love nature. And I love driving car, but I love to be on the passenger seat. I'm the passenger princess. I don't know, like driving myself stresses me out after a while. Unless the streets are empty, then it's fun. But yeah, do exciting things together. Okay? So if you can learn one thing from this video, if someone doesn't treat you well, the solution isn't to wait longer. The solution isn't to try harder for them to value you, to respect you, to give you attention, or to stop being mean. That's not the solution. Although your brain will tell you that's the solution. Because you will feel hurt that, oh, they ignore you, so you will try to like do something that they stop so that you can feel good again. But that's not the solution. That's actually not even healthy from your side either because you're trying to control the other person. Give them free will. They can be inconsistent, they can be rude, they can be anything that they want. But what you can do, what's the most empowering thing for you to do, is to be unavailable for that. Is to say no to a person that doesn't treat you the way you want to be treated. And I know then you might come up with excuses like, but I cannot find anyone else who I'm so into. I cannot find anyone else who is so wealthy. I cannot find anyone else who is beautiful. That is Not true. There are amazing women who are beautiful and who are very kind. There are amazing men out there who are wealthy, who are educated, who are smart, and who are kind. You just don't see them. Yeah. And there's a reason why my clients, after a couple of months, start attracting a completely different type of men and women because they start seeing those people. They start being available for that kind and loving treatment. They actually don't choose the toxic person, the up and down person, the unavailable person, but the stable one. They start choosing that. And then you might say, oh, but this other person, they're not they are not going to make me as excited. Just be aware, you don't need them to make you excited. You need to be excited. And they don't need to be the source of that. You can be excited just like I gave you the other examples through so many other sources. Hobbies, businesses, trips. There's so many things to do in this life to be excited. So if you want a long-term relationship, a marriage, eventually a foundation for having children, this up and down is not a good foundation. It's like going to the it's like going to the like amusement park. You can go an up and down ride for a while, for a few minutes, but imagine you live on there. I cannot imagine, like I can go for a 2 minutes up and down ride, okay, it's fun. But if I'm supposed to have a house that's shaking like that, how in the world will I sleep, bath, cook? Like, this is not a good foundation, you know what I mean? Long term. Short term, go for it if you want a short term up and down relationship. Give yourself the high and the low if you want that. I still wouldn't suggest that, but if you want that, go for it. But long term, you need to find your excitement through something else. And trust me, when you have a healthy person, when you attract a healthy person, you are going to make exciting plans together. Okay? So, with that, I let you go. Thank you so much for watching. Please, if you enjoyed this, give this video a thumbs up. Share with anyone that you know that might be going through this, might be facing bad behavior, and they are just hoping the person will change. Hoping, trying more, waiting more. Share this video with them. Also, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. Let me know in the comments if you experienced this. Also, let me know in the comments what topics are interesting you. And at the end, if you desire more support on your dating and relationship journey, make sure to reach out for a free love audit call. The link is right down in the description box or in my bio. Thank you so much for watching, and I see you in the next video.